Good evening everybody. Today let us discuss about the topic concept of dominance. As you know, each and every plant variety consists of two types of alleles. One is the dominant allele and other one is the recessive allele. The dominant allele always suppresses the recessive allele. According to the Mendel's law of inheritance, already you know the F1 generation will be always what? Dominant trait. It is in heterozygous condition. Here also one dominant allele is present, one recessive allele is present. But here the dominant allele suppresses the recessive allele. How it is happened, that only we are going to study today. See, the genes contains the information to express a particular trait. Okay, each and every plant trait consists of genes. The genes only control the particular trait. Trait means maybe the color of the seed, maybe the size of the flower, shape of the flower, isn't it? You know already, these are the examples of what? Trait. Here, diploid organisms consist of two copies of genes. Okay, how many copies of genes are present in the diploid organisms? Two copies of genes are present. The two copies of genes also have two pairs of alleles. How many pairs of alleles are present? Two pairs of alleles are present. But in these two pairs of alleles are not always identical, especially in heterozygous condition. Heterozygous means you know one capital for in the if we crossed the tall and dwarf plants in the F1 hybrid we will get the capital T, small t. Isn't it? Heterozygous condition, T represents the dominant character. This small t represents the recessive character. It is called the heterozygous condition. So in the heterozygous condition, alleles are not identical. Okay, actually the normal allele produce the normal type of enzymes. Okay, normal alleles produce the normal type of enzymes. Actually, these enzymes responsible for the transformation of a substrate S. Okay, it is responsible for the transformation of a substrate S. Here this S indicates the specific enzyme. The S indicates the specific enzyme. So what is the meaning of substrate? The substances acted upon by an enzyme is called substrate. Once again, what is the meaning of substrate? The substances acted upon by an enzyme is called what? Substrate. Then what will happen? This transformation of a substrate S sometimes produce modified alleles. Okay, the transformation of a substrate S sometimes produce modified alleles. Okay, it can sometimes produce what? Modified alleles. Okay, these modified alleles are responsible for three functions. Okay, these modified alleles are responsible for how many functions? Three functions. One is the normal or less efficient enzyme. Okay, the normal or less efficient enzyme. And the second one is non-functional enzyme. The second one is not functional enzyme. And the third one is no enzyme at all. Third one is no enzyme at all. Okay, it is the modified alleles are responsible for three events. One is the normal or the less efficient enzyme, and the second one is non-functional enzyme, and the third one is no enzyme at all. Here the first case, okay, in the first case, what will happen? In the first case, the modified allele is equivalent to unmodified alleles. Okay, the modified allele is equivalent to unmodified alleles. So it will produce same phenotype trait. So it will produce same phenotypic trait. Okay, first case, it will produce what? Same phenotypic trait. Because what is the reason? Okay, the modified allele and unmodified allele equal. See, the unmodified alleles are equivalent. Unmodified alleles are equivalent. Okay, here. So this modified allele and the unmodified alleles are equivalent. So it will produce the original phenotype of the dominant character. So it will produce the original phenotype of the dominant character. Okay, the second case. Next we have to study the second case. The second case, if the allele produces non-functional enzyme or no enzyme, the phenotype may be affected. When the phenotype may be affected, if the allele produce non-functional enzyme or no enzyme at all, it can affect the phenotype. Okay, so the second and the third forms affect the phenotype. Second and third forms will affect the phenotype. So the phenotype, isn't it? The phenotype, okay, it is dependent on the functioning of the unmodified alleles. It depends on the functioning of the unmodified alleles. Okay. It depends on the functioning of the unmodified alleles. Okay, the unmodified alleles represent the original phenotype of the dominant character. Here, okay, nothing will be changed, isn't it? So, this unmodified alleles represent what? The phenotype of the dominant trait. Unmodified alleles represent the phenotype of the dominant trait. But the modified allele, okay, but the modified allele represent the phenotype of the recessive allele. The modified trait represents the phenotype of the recessive trait. Represent the recessive trait. Here the non-functional, isn't it? The non-functional enzyme or no enzyme. These two events are very important because the recessive trait, isn't it? The recessive trait produced due to non-functional enzymes or because of no enzyme is produced. Okay, because of no enzyme is produced. The recessive trait due to non-functional enzymes or because of no enzyme is produced. Okay, during this stage what will happen? The dominant trait suppresses the recessive trait and expressed themselves. Okay, the dominant trait suppresses the recessive trait and expressed themselves. This is the concept of dominance. Thank you, students.